Saif al-Islam, thank you very much for joining us here on RT.
Thank you.
In 2008, you were welcomed in London. Tony Blair embraced your father. You received your PhD from London School of Economics. And now, just 3 years on, you're a media villain targeted by NATO missiles in your own country, split by civil war. Why do you think has your fate turned so violently?
It's a good lesson for everybody, for us and for others. We heard, we got messages from many countries, and we heard many news from Iran, North Korea, saying, this is your mistake, Libyans. You give up your weapons of mass destruction, you stopped developing long-range missiles, you became very friendly with the West, and this is the result. So, what does it mean? It means this is a message to everybody, that you have to be strong, you never trust them, and you have to be always on alert. Because those people, they don't have friends. Over one night, they change their mind and they start bombing us. And the same thing could happen to any other country.
Talking about mistakes and lessons, what would you have done differently?
One of our big mistakes that we stopped, we delayed buying new weapons, especially from Russia. It was a big mistake, by the way. We delayed that, and we delayed building a strong army because we thought that we will not fight again. The Americans, the Europeans are our friends. We will not fight again. Not to build a strong and modern army was a big mistake, because we thought that we solved our problems, and now we are a peaceful country, and no WMD anymore, no Lockerbie, no more relation, we do business. The Libyans said this, it was our mistake to be very tolerant with our enemies. So now everybody is blaming me that it's because of you, because you were tolerant, you were nice with everybody, and now you brought all the enemies from abroad to Libya, and this is the result.
You are charged by the International Criminal Court with designing, quotation, a state policy aimed at deterring and quelling by any means, including by the use of lethal force, the demonstrations of civilians against Gaddafi's regime, which started in February 2011. Does such a policy exist?
This court is a Mickey Mouse court. Come on, they accuse me of killing people. Everybody knows. Even the robbers themselves, they're not accusing me of using force or killing, because I'm not in the army, I'm not in the government. So for me to be responsible for killing people, it was a big joke. Second joke, that the people who died at the beginning, 159. Most of the people died when they attacked military sites, and this would happen anywhere in the world, in Russia, in America, in France, in Germany, in Italy. If people in the street move towards a military site trying to steal ammunition or arms, the military will prevent them. And this is what happened in Benghazi.
Even if they are civilians, unarmed civilians?
If you are civilian and peaceful, you go in the street and the square and for a peaceful demonstration, like everybody in the world. But if you try to attack with the Molotov and with guns and with explosives to attack a military site, trying to steal ammunition and arms, so yeah, it's not a peaceful act.
Who were these people?
Later on, we found out that most of them, they belonged to an Islamic groups. But it was too late at that time.
Direct question. Did you or your father order the army to kill protesters?
Of course not. This number one, no. Second, my father called the General Abdel Fattah. He's in Benghazi now. He's one of the leaders of the rebels. He called him, and I called him. And the calls are recorded. We told him many times, don't use the force with people. He told us, but they are attacking the military sites. It's a very difficult situation.
Who did order to kill them?
Nobody ordered. Nobody. The guards fired. That's it. They fired at the guards were surprised by the attack of the people, and they started firing. They don't need order to defend themselves and to defend their barracks and their camps.
Do you think that was a mistake?
Mistake? Of course not. You see what happened? They attacked the barracks, they controlled them, they took the arms, the ammunition, and now look at the chaos. Look what happened.
What's the purpose of this warrant when NATO is already trying to kill your father?
The sentence against us is already there. Is the capital punishment. So they decided to kill me and to kill my father. And they did kill my brother. And they destroyed my house. So the decision is made to execute you. Even Mr. Putin, the Prime Minister of Russia, said this. He said this is the operation, or what happened at that time. He said it's an attempt to execute Mr. Gaddafi. So now you are talking about arrest me. I mean, 3 months ago you decided to kill me, and you are after me every day. You are trying to find me and to kill me every day, and my father. So this is number one. Number two, just to tell you that it's a fake court. Under the table, they are trying to negotiate with us a deal. They said, if you accept this deal, we will take care of the court. What does it mean? It means the court is controlled by those countries which are attacking us every day. It's just to put a psychological and political pressure on us. That's it.
Will it work? How do you think?
Of course not. Of course not. It's a joke here in Libya. The court is a joke.
You say NATO is trying to kill you, right?
Today I was swimming and fishing because it was very hot and we went to the beach.
Oh, really?
So we are in our country, enjoying our life, fighting for our country, living with our people. If we live in our country with our people. If we die, we go to heaven. So what?
Do you think the truth of civilian casualties from NATO raids could ever be established?
What do you mean?
I mean, NATO is bombing Libya, and the Libyan government says that more than 900 people have been killed since the beginning of the operation in March, while NATO has only admitted 9 civilian deaths.
NATO destroyed our house in the middle of a residential area. Small house, surrounded by many houses. People are living there. There is a small school next to them. They bombed that house with 4 missiles. They killed my brother. He young, civilian. He had nothing to do with the war, with politics. He was studying in Germany. Because of the war, he came back to Libya. He was there, sleeping. They killed him. What NATO said, we bombed a command and control center. What command and control center? It was a 2 bedrooms, kitchen, living room, small house. Just to give you an example from my family, let alone many other examples. 1 week ago, they hit the house of a friend of my father, killed the whole family. The wife, pregnant, died. 2 young girls, all of them died. And he said, again, we are hitting a military site. A pregnant wife with her kids. They are controlling and commanding Libyan troops. Come on. It's very silly. It's very funny. Shame on them. Those people they are lying all the time. They are lying all the time. And they have no morals. They have one target. This country is a piece of cake. Rich, full of gas, oil, and we have more than $100 billion deposits abroad, so we have to share this cake. That's it. And we have to get off Mr. Gaddafi because he's the only obstacle between us and the cake. It's as simple as that.
What would be the consequences for Libya if your father was arrested?
You know, my father is the leader of this country. To arrest him It's very difficult. To kill him is possible. Come on, we are at war. But I want to tell you something, that the Libyans are united, not just around my father as a leader, but they are united around other moral values, like they are fighting for the country, for the people, and they know that the NATO is here and bombing, not because they want to help us or because he's so nice to us and they are so generous with the Libyan people. They know because their own interest. And they know that the rebels are fighting with the NATO, not because they are pro-democracy or they like freedom. Well, it's not about this. It's everything about their own interest. They want to share the cake. They want to share this country. If in Misrata, if you are not with the rebels, they take your family. It's on TV. Yeah. They take your wife and your mother to this guy. And this guy will start cutting the breast of woman. And then bring man and start take them to the slaughterhouse and start cutting them piece by piece. This is the punishment in Misrata if you are not with the rebels. In the city of Darna, if you are not with them, they hang you on the bridges. In the mountain here, just 3 days ago, they burned 70 houses. And the West saying they are pro-democracy and they are fighting for freedom. What a big lie. We are fighting the devil, the evil, the black force, dark force. Believe me. That's why the Libyans are so united. Not just because of my father, because they are afraid. Because they have the sense and the feeling that they are fighting a common enemy. They said that they are coming, they're after us. So everybody is going to be a victim if they are not united and ready to fight for their own family and life and country.
What kind of role is he playing right now?
He's our father, the father of the nation, and he's our leader.
And what would happen to the family without father?
This is the question. But Gaddafi has strong and stubborn children, millions of children, ready to fight for Libya, for the country. So nobody will give up. Nobody will raise the white flag. We have one flag, the green flag.
But there are some people saying that if Gaddafi goes, the fighting will stop.
Stop? Of course not. Because their goal is not Gaddafi. Their goal is to control Libya. Is to control Libya. This is the target. And the Libyans will not allow them to do that. So the fight will continue.
Let's talk a bit about how it could end, finally. So the Russian envoy, Russian peace mediator, Mikhail Margelov, just 2 weeks ago, confirmed that both sides are ready for talks, for negotiations. What will it take to reach a ceasefire?
We told them, you want elections? Okay, let's do election. Election, we bring observers from Russia, from America, from African Union, from European Union, from United Nations. They should supervise the election. And if we win, you should accept the result. If we lose, congratulations. They said no. Our goal is to march to Tripoli. We have to march to Tripoli and to occupy Tripoli by force. They are saying this every day on TV. So you want to fight? Okay, we will fight. And you will lose. And soon. Because you have no chance. You have 40 ships here in front of our coast fighting with you. 40 from NATO. Gunships. You have hundreds of airplanes. You have 17 satellites from America and France. You have the AWACS, you have Namrud, this is the British airplane, you have everything. But you are losing every day. You have the whole world with you, but you are losing. Why? Because the people are not with you. And you will lose soon. Very, very soon.
What options does your father have at this stage?
Libya belongs to Libyans. So we are the masters of our land. So we decide for our country. So the decision is our decision, the Libyans.
So what the Libyans want?
We want peace, but if you want to fight, we are not cowards. We are not rabbits or rats. We're going to fight. They are bombing civilian cars every day on the street, driving on the street, and they bomb them. Women, old people, children say, we are targeting military vehicles. Come on, look, old man, woman, children, civilian vehicle. No, this is a tank. So they want us to believe that NATO is super and they are great, they have the best satellites, they know everything, and they are not children, they are commanders, and this is not a house, it's an operation room, or this. And rebels are great people, they are pro-democracy, they are fighting for their freedom. No, they are good. And we are devils. We killed thousands of people. We bombed Tripoli with airplanes. We killed 7,000 people here. We are fighting just with mercenaries. Libyans are not with us. Our troops are a bunch of mercenaries. And they are trying to sell this everywhere.
What do you think about media war? Who's winning this war?
At the beginning, they won. Yeah, they won. Especially Al Jazeera, they won. Because it was planned from the beginning. It said, Gaddafi is in Venezuela. The regime collapsed. The rebels occupied Tripoli. And the regime gone. Into a big chaos in the whole country. We are still now suffering from that chaos. But now the Libyans are aware. One day, everybody in the world is saying the Libyan Navy is bombing the harbor of Misda. Misda is in the middle of the desert. It's 1,000 kilometers from here. The Libyan ships are bombing the harbor of Misda. Excuse me, what's this? The Security Council issued their resolution against Libya because of a fake media report saying that the Libyan Air Force is bombing civilian districts in Tripoli and killing 7,000 people. I want you to go to the Tajura and Fashlum. They mentioned two these districts. Go to them. Show me one trace, one evidence of the air bombs. We told everybody, please send fact-finding mission to Libya to find out what happened. Said no, we're going to bomb you.
But what about Russia?
We are alone now. We are alone. We are orphan. We are fighting alone. We are very brave. We are very difficult people. We're not easy. We are fighting everybody. But we are alone. For Russia, it's a great opportunity for Russia to be back as a superpower. It's like what happened in Egypt in 1956 when the Soviet Union managed to stop the French and the British. It's like exactly what is happening now in Libya, to stop them. And from that time on, Soviet Union became a superpower because he said, you stop the aggression against Egypt or I'm going to bomb London and Paris. It was the threat of Khrushchev at that time. So it's exactly again. The British and the French are attacking us again. So it's time for Russia to play an important role and to show everybody that we are here and we are a superpower.
What will be left of Libya if NATO, your army, and the rebels cease fire?
So we are brothers, we are Libyans. We kiss each other, we hug each other, and we go back to business. We continue our work to build Libya and to live in peace and harmony, and to do whatever we can to build a modern country, a peaceful country, and not to repeat this mistake again.
We've started with the past, let me finish with the future. It's known that you got a message from the front that there will be no place for you in a post-war Libya. And with this ICC warrant arrest, you are a wanted man abroad. So realistically, where do you go from here?
Who?
You.
Well, many people are angry with me, and they are right, because they said that the head of rebels, they were my friends. But at that time, I was very liberal, tolerant, and very peaceful. I'm still peaceful to a certain extent. And I thought that Libyans are equals. So everybody has the right to be in Libya, to work here, to be active, to do whatever they want. But later on we found, not me, the whole nation found that they were, it was a big conspiracy managed by those people against Libya. So they said it's because of you, those snakes managed to penetrate our country and work with foreigners to destroy our country. So we are very angry with you because you are very tolerant. And don't forget, I released all the prisoners. At the beginning of the events, there were 0 prisoners. So everybody's blaming because of you. It's too much tolerance.
So do you think they're right?
To be honest, we were super tolerant. I was naive. Yes.
You're no longer naive?
Not anymore.
How you changed?
I will not repeat the mistake. I will not be hit again from the same snake, from the same hole. So I get the lesson, and not me, everybody in this country. So this nation will not repeat the mistake again. The calculations in the future will be different from the past. So I can kiss you, I can forgive you, but I will not forget. So what you have done is going to be in our mind for a long time. And every move, every step will be calculated according to that experience.
When all this nightmare will be over, how do you think?
Listen, NATO and rebels, both are in a hurry. They want to finish as soon as possible because they are hungry, they are tired, they want to share the cake. It's like, for them, Libya is like fast food, like McDonald's, fast. Because everything should be fast. Fast war, fast airplanes, fast bullets, fast victory. But we are very patient because we are in our country. It's our country. We live here, we die here. So we are very patient. We may win tomorrow, in 1 week, or in 1 year. But one day, we win. One day, the French will go back to Corsica and France. The Italians will go back to Sicily and Italy. The Danish will go back to Denmark. The Canadians will go back to Toronto. And Libya will be back to the Libyans.
Saif al-Islam, thank you very much for your time. We really appreciate that. We wish you, your family, and your country, and your people peace and prosperity.
Thank you. Thank you.